Now, the first mistake men make with boss babes on my list today is trying to match their energy. Now, my kings, we cannot deny the fact that modern women are ambitious, thriving. A lot of women are actually breaking grounds and doing well for themselves. And it can be very difficult to navigate relationship with such women. And a lot of you kings make a lot of mistakes when you have to deal with women like this. And trying to match their energy is one of those mistakes. You see, because these women are used to trying hard, striving, probably because of the businesses they are in or workspaces where they really have to kind of compete, push hard to make their ways. They feel the same way when they are in relationships. They find it difficult to come back to the feminine energy, realizing that this is no longer a workspace where I have to compete. So it takes you as the man who knows better to lead her right. So if you try to match her energy, her strong-willed self with your own energy, it will always clash. There would always be misunderstanding. It would always mess things up. And you might actually lose a good woman. Because the fact that she's maybe a bit bossy doesn't mean that she's not good. It's just that she doesn't know better. She hasn't come to realize that she should separate work from relationship. Maybe she hasn't even been in a relationship for a while. So she's even lost touch of what it means to actually relax, be taken care of as a woman. So it now takes you as the man to show her that. So you trying to match the same energy, she does this, you also try to blow up, you also try to show yourself, be the man. Would always make things worse. But that is not what you're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be out here leading with presence. You're supposed to be out here guiding her with so much calmness that she even wonders how someone can command so much respect while being calm. That is what is going to make her loosen up. That is what is going to make her melt. And if you do this, you lead with presence, you lead with calmness, you lead with understanding, and she doesn't get it. And that is when you know you should flee because you're dealing with a crazy woman. But any boss babe who really knows what she wants, who just simply wants to be sure that letting her get down with you would not be a mistake, would appreciate that you're leading her the right way. Now she can mellow and give off the feminine energy that she's supposed to give. So yes, my kings, trying to match her energy is definitely one mistake a lot of you kings make with boss babes. Another mistake a lot of kings make with boss babes is shrinking yourself. Now, my kings, a lot of you kings feel like, okay, since she's the bossy one, since she's the one who wants to lead, since she has the leadership potential, let me hide. Let me reduce myself. Let me calm down to please her. You avoid conflict. You avoid difficult conversations. You avoid certain things, right? You feel like, okay, let me maintain peace. So let me just keep it to myself. So you shrink yourself. Now that is a mistake because you're giving the woman the power to control you. And like I said, some of these women might not even realize that that is what they are doing, unless for the ones who are plain manipulative, who know what they are doing. Or some of them might not actually know because, they've really had to be, strong all their lives. They've really had to always step up. They really have to always compete. They really had to, some of them have even had to carry their whole family. So they find it difficult to navigate and understand that, okay, I can actually relax and let this man lead me. So it is left for you to show her that. Now, when you shrink yourself, how is that going to help any of you? So yes, my kings, as much as you want to lead with presence and calmness, do not shrink yourself. Do not refuse to call out things for what they are. Do not refuse to point out things that are not right to her. Do not refuse to correct her. How is she going to know it is wrong if you don't correct her? So yes, shrinking yourself is another mistake a lot of you kings make with boss babes. Another mistake a lot of kings make with boss babes is thinking leading means controlling. And my kings, this is just that. A lot of you kings feel like for you to lead her, it means you have to control her life. So because of that, you either become passive where you just let things slide, or you become very aggressive. You feel like you need to really be aggressive. Some of you even end up, being abusive to your women just because you feel like you need to control her. You feel like you need to tame her. And believe me, I don't even blame some of you because you don't know better. But okay, that's why we are here. We are learning to be better. Stop trying to forcefully dominate. What you're doing is always going to backlash. It just shows you are someone who is insecure, which will be what a real boss babe will be afraid of. Because all these boss babes know that a lot of kings are afraid of them. A lot of men will not even be able to cope with them. A lot of men are insecure with them. So already she has that fear, and then you try to do this. You just make her feel like, okay, yeah, that's it. He's just one of them. So instead of being aggressive, instead of trying to control by force, control with calmness, like I said. Point out things, command presence, be grounded, be assertive, say things for what they are. But that doesn't mean you should lose your cool. That doesn't mean you should lose yourself while at it. So yes, my kings. And I'm telling you these things because, like I mentioned, a lot of these women might not even know. I myself used to do something that I didn't even know I was doing. I'm a firstborn child, so like a firstborn daughter. Because of that, I really just had to step up and be responsible from a very, very young age. I had to take care of my younger ones, sometimes take care of my parents too. Even when I moved from my parents' house, I moved to another place where I literally had to also take care of the house, run the home. So that's all I've always known. And I didn't even realize that I also now try to, how will I put it, command people, lead people who are in my life. Because I'm used to giving out orders. I'm used to, okay, you do this one, you do that one, directing things in the house for things to go well. Until someone called my attention to it. Do you realize that you try to order people around? Do you realize that you try to get things done your way all the time? I really had to sit because I didn't know. I had no idea that was what I was doing. But because that was what I was used to taking responsibility. Like I mentioned, when I was with my parents, my younger ones would do things and it would be me to blame. I would be the one to receive all the backlash. I'll be the one to receive any punishment there is. So to avoid that punishment, I have to put things in order. I have to send who I have to send to do what they have to do so that things will be put in place and I won't get punished. And because of that, I didn't know that I also started doing it to other people in my life, trying to order them around, trying to be their mother, because that's all I've ever known until someone pointed it to me. So you can point it to her, you can draw her attention to it without being forceful, without being aggressive. So yes, my kings, you see that thinking that you need to be all aggressive, it is a mistake a lot of you kings make with boss babes. And you make a lot of them find it difficult to do this relationship thing. Because already, like I said, we have this fear that a man might be insecure with us. A man might be insecure about our ambitiousness, about our competitive nature, about us trying to do our best. And you coming off with all this force and aggression just confirms it. So please, my kings, do not be this type of king. Another mistake a lot of kings make with boss babes is getting intimidated. Now, my kings, some kings cannot tolerate their women doing well or doing better than them. In fact, there are men who always are looking for women who are doing lesser than them. Some men even take it as far as shrinking their women. They get a woman who is ambitious, doing well on her own. They get into her life, and then they want her to literally stop chasing all her goals and ambitions. They just want her to suddenly shrink herself for them to feel good. They begin to try to bring the woman down just so that they can feel good. And this can really mess things up because women are already scared about this. They already feel like men would want to shrink them. Men would want them to be less. And then now you come into her life and you confirm that. How does that help? So yes, my kings, don't be a king on here who make these mistakes. And I know some of you kings do this without even knowing it because you don't know better. Again, that is why we are here. So we are getting to know better and we are all doing better. Now, the last mistake a lot of kings make with boss babes on my list today is asking for permission. Now, my kings, a lot of you kings will now make the mistake of, oh babe, do you mind if is it okay if we now start asking for permission from your woman before you make decisions? Remember, this woman is used to leading out there. She's used to having to take charge and control. Believe me, she also wants some softness. She also wants to be able to just relax and know that someone else is handling it and that person won't handle it well. And how are you going to do that if you're always asking her for permission? If she's an entrepreneur, she goes out there and she has to make decisions for her business. And she comes home and she still has to make decisions for her relationship. What do you think? Before you know it, she starts taking control and then you feel like your woman is being controlling, but you gave her the right to do that because you were always asking for permission. You have to prove to her that you can lead her. Like I said, she's used to leading, so you show her that she can also be led. Show her that she can trust you. Show her that she can take a breath and leave things to you. And you're not going to show her that by always asking her for permission. What you're doing is just telling her to continue leading if you ask for permission. So please, my kings, don't do that. Don't ask for permission. Show her that you're capable of leading so that she can let her guards down. Show her that she can be feminine and be a woman around you. Be the man that makes her feel like a woman. That's just it. So if you're making these mistakes, please stop. If you realize that it's something that you've been doing, please, you need to stop it. And yes, if you've ever felt like a strong woman was it to you and things were going well and all of a sudden she flipped, you probably made one of these mistakes, one or more of these mistakes. Because like I said, a lot of you kings don't even realize it when you do it. So please, now that you know better, do better. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 mistakes men make with boss babes. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do also subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell. Like this video. Drop a comment down below. Share this video with your family and friends. And see you in the next one. Bye.